When Seema first showed up on And Just Like That, the immediate reaction was loud and clear. She's no Samantha. From online commentary to think pieces, people rush to label her as a weak replacement for Samantha Jones. But here's my take. The backlash isn't really about Seema herself, it's just about who she isn't. Let's be real, Samantha Jones was a force of nature. She was bold, confident, over the top in the best way, and incredibly lovable. When she left, the show lost a massive presence. So, when Seema appeared, stylish, sharp, and unapologetically herself, a lot of fans assumed she was just trying to fill the Samantha void, a reboot stand in. But here's the thing, Seema's not trying to be Samantha. She is someone totally her own. She's a woman in her 50s who's built a thriving real estate business, loves her independence, and refuses to shrink herself to make others comfortable. In season 1, episode 4, when Carrie assumes Seema must be lonely, Seema sets the record straight. She's happy with her life. She doesn't need a man to feel whole, and more importantly, she doesn't feel like there's anything missing. That kind of self assurance, it's rare, especially on TV, especially for women in their 50s. That same episode gives us another moment that defines Seema's strength. Carrie makes a well meaning but kind of condescending comment about how it's great that Seema is still putting herself out there. Seema doesn't let it slide. She pauses, then calmly says, I don't need your pity. No yelling, no drama, just a clear, powerful boundary. She later brings it up at the best possible moment to get her point across to Carrie effectively. She also pushes back on Carrie's assumptions about single women, not with anger, but with clarity. That's the thing about Seema's boundaries. They're not walls, they're self respect. In season 2, episode 9, Seema tells Carrie that their friendship sometimes feels one sided, that Carrie doesn't always take her into account. It's not a blow up, it's a grown woman asking for balance, respect, and space. That level of honesty is rare on this show, and it shows how seriously Seema values her own needs, not just romantically, but in her friendships too. That same episode, when she reminds Carrie about the Hamptons, and Carrie tells her that she did plan to still go and just have Aiden over every other weekend, Seema says no. Not because she's mad, but because playing third wheel just reminds her of what she doesn't have. And instead of faking chill or pushing down her feelings, she honors them. That's not petty, that's mature. Her ability to build and maintain boundaries is also strong as always when dating, but there's more to how Seema handles herself with men. She doesn't chase love, she is open to it. She dates, she flirts, she has fun. No shame, no apologies. When she starts seeing Zed, there's real chemistry. But when she finds out that he still lives with his ex wife, that's a hard no. She steps back. Later, when she decides to give him another shot, it becomes clear he's more interested in getting her to invest in one of his ventures than actually showing up for her, so she ends it. Not with drama, with grace and clarity. She knows what she deserves and she won't settle. Then there's Ravi. Their spark in season 2 feels exciting and real. He's a filmmaker, charming, full of creative energy, and when he invites her to join him in Egypt while he shoots a movie, it sounds like a dream. But Seema pauses. She actually thinks about what she'd be giving up, her business, her schedule, her sense of self, and ultimately she says no. Not because she's afraid of love, but because she's not willing to lose herself in someone else's life. They choose to try long distance, and in the season 3 premiere, we see that she really does try. Ravi ends up taking her on a location scout trip for the day when they should have been out to lunch and dinner because he's just visiting New York for a short period of time. He got so lost in it that he sets their plans aside and he even forgets why she ended up cutting her hair short. She set the bed on fire accidentally while waiting for a FaceTime with him and accidentally burned part of her hair. So she doesn't make a scene. She just walks away knowing she deserves to be remembered. She deserves to be prioritized. And that's the heart of Seema. She doesn't fold herself to fit anyone else's narrative, not romantically, and definitely not as a token character. Because, let's be honest, when a legacy show adds a woman of color, there's always a risk she'll be reduced to a stereotype, a cultural explainer, a box checked. But Seema, she's none of that. She's Indian, yes, but her identity isn't a plot device. It's part of who she is. In season one, she chats with her parents in Hindi and takes Carrie to a Diwali celebration with her family. Those moments are there, but they're not the point. She smokes cigars, drives a flashy car, dates men from all backgrounds. She's not here to be someone else's teaching tool. She's here to live out her own very full, very fabulous life. Most importantly, Seema has her own thing going on. She's not here to orbit Carrie. She's got her own highs, her own heartbreaks, her own whole world. Seema isn't Samantha, and that's actually the point. She doesn't need to be. She is her own fantastic self. She shows that being single in your 50s can be vibrant and joyful, that drawing boundaries isn't cold, it's confident, that you can want connection and still choose to be yourself.